Hi everyone, and welcome back to my vlog. Just here in a quick meeting room, and I wanted to talk about taming the creative mind today. Now, I figured it would be probably a good idea to do it in a meeting room, mostly because things and ideas and execution doesn't really happen in meetings, right? And I want to say one reason is because when you are creating and you get into that stuck position, what do you think happens? You start thinking, oh, I have a better idea, let me work on that. And I'll give you an example. So I was working on my second book and I was really just writing too fast. I wasn't digging deep, which is such an important part of writing. And I wasn't really giving it the love and the thought and, carefully placing each word like I should. And I just thought, this is never going to work. And I had an idea for the next one. So I put that one to bed, started working on the next one, and when I talked to my writing coach the next day, or, the next session that I had with him, I started telling him about the third novel I was working on already, and that, how excited I was about it, and it was going to be bigger and better than anything I had done. And he said, well, that's great, but what about what you were working on? Where did that go? And I said, oh, you know what, that's just not going to work. I put it to bed. And he said, okay, your next novel's great, but you got to finish the second one first. You have to finish it. And he told me that this is something every writer does. They come up with the next great idea before they finish. And no matter what, to get through that second novel before starting the third. And at first I just thought, oh my God, well, what does he know? This idea is brilliant and I'm just going to follow through with it. But in the end, he's right, and I'll tell you why. You guys might feel this way with your vlogs. You might think, I'm going to be a beauty vlogger. You talk about it and then you want to pivot to something else. I'm going to be a fashion blogger or a food blogger without ever having finished your idea. And that's really learning how to train and cultivate your creative mind. Now, a few things to help you do this. First thing, it's just all pure discipline. You'll have to build that. You have to get some resilience for that, and you have to make creative block time to help you do it. So discipline is first. Second thing, you're going to hit writer's block. You're going to hit creative blocks. They're going to happen. You're going to have to deal with them. And the only way you can deal with them is not to get up. You have to keep yourself sitting right there or standing in front of the whiteboard, whatever it is that your creative process or whatever it is that is your workspace, and power through it. Don't go for a walk. Don't go meditate. Don't go for a workout. You'll lose your train of thought. Yeah, you might come up with a great idea, but at least finish the sentence, finish, if you're working on a book, finish that chapter, finish that paragraph. If, just finish the segment that you need to get through and then go for your walk, right? But don't leave your work unfinished for that day. Always complete it. And I will tell you, it makes a difference in actually completing your projects. So for those of us VEDA bloggers, get through every single day of those 31 days and you'll feel like pivoting. You'll feel like, oh, I'm not a vlogger, I'll podcast. Oh, I'll just go back to blogging, or I'll just go back to my day job. No, don't. If you're feeling that, you're doing something right because you're in the creative process. All you got to do is muscle through it. So keep creating, and I will see you guys in my next vlog. Bye.